Hello, everyone. This should be episode 2 of my podcast, and in this podcast, I'm gonna talk about something I've been thinking about for a while, and it's about you know social media. How these social media platforms aren't really as useful as you think they are. If you're someone that pays for social media, like for example, if you're someone that is paying for ads on social media, if you're gonna turn social media into your own business, like you're an influencer or someone like that, I think it would actually be better for you to actually create your own website, or like start a blog off, that's not part of the whole social media platform, instead of like a video blog on like YouTube. Instead, just record, get a video recording software on your phone, or actually get a camera and record whatever you need to record, and then create a blog or a website, you know whichever one you wish. Blogs are easier to create because they're free websites. They're free sites that can that allow you to create blogs easily. But the downside of blogs is that some blogs do not allow you to have video content. They don't make it easy for you to upload your videos, for you to for them to for your viewers to see it easily. And some vlogs make it hard. Some vlogs make it hard for you to some blogs make it hard for you to upload like audio content without it being cumbersome. You have to post a link, and then your viewers have to click the link, and then it'll take them to a different site. Take them to like a file sharing website where where they can view it, download it, or play it. But a website may be different, because some websites already have the capability to allow your fans or your viewers to watch that video right there on your website, or listen to that audio right there on your website. So if you're gonna go video or audio, if you're an influencer, and and audio is what you're used to, it's your form of content, or videos your form of content, then blogging may be harder, or you just have to find the right blogging site. If you're going to use a free blogging site, then these are the drawbacks of it, is that most blogging sites are just for images and words. So if you're an influencer that primarily uses words, to influence, or images, then it's best to just create your own blog, like your private blog. Many blogging sites are free, but the reason why I'm saying this is that most social media platforms, if you're not there, if you're there to pay, most social media platforms do not promote your content already. They're just there. It's like an illusion where you think that you post your content and they'll promote it for you. You reach a bunch of followers, but the truth is they throttle your views to like 10 or 20, sometimes 200. And it's a known practice. This is what they do. They even say that's what they do. Is they just throttle your content. So people that don't pay for content on social media isn't really there for you. It's okay to post your content there to get like the 2 or 3 views, or the 200 views. They allow you before they completely stop people from from viewing your content. But if you want it, if you want it to be your business, your future business, your income, and you want to invest real money into it, you have to start paying ads. And if you're gonna start paying ads, for people to view your content, then there's no point of the social media platform anyways. You know why? You came to the social media platform to attract people, right? The social media platform is there to help you attract people. But because they don't have your best interest at heart, they want you to pay them. Most social media platforms have in-house, ad software. They have their own ads, software that you have to pay them to view, to get more viewers. But if you have to pay them to get more viewers, why not just create your own blogging website and then pay Google ads? You can still pay them to, you can still pay them because most of these social media platforms, the good thing is most of these social media platforms allow you to, buy ads that links off their site. So you can buy the ad, but your content will not be on their website. It'll be on your own website. And the benefit of that is these social media platforms have so many rules and regulations that it's almost impossible for you not to get banned. It's almost impossible for them not to to restrict your account, to flag your account, to ban your account, to delete your videos, to delete your posts. They have so much power over your content, how, what type of content you can post, that it is almost impossible for you actually to be a free person. It is almost impossible for you to grow your business the way you want it to grow because you're always restricted by their rules. And the purpose of you joining their platform is for them to promote you. The reason why you accepted those rules to begin with is because it's a social media platform. You came there with the intentions that, with the expectations that they'll be there, they're there to help you promote your business. You come there with your content, right? Your content for for viewers. That way the social media platform will promote your stuff passively. You don't have to spend money on it. That's why you're there. And the drawback of that is since it's their platform, you have to follow their rules, which makes sense. It's their platform, you follow their rules. It's their website, you follow their rules. But the downside is you're going there expecting for them to give you viewers. But they're not going to give you viewers because in their own mindset, you have to pay to get 1 million views. You have to pay to grow. You need to pay ads in order for them to, promote your stuff. They will not promote your stuff if you just post your videos there unless you start paying ads for it. So what's the point of paying ads for it if, you came there, you accepted all those rules with the expectations that they'll promote your stuff for free, but they're not going to promote your stuff for free. So not only are they not going to promote your stuff for free, you're still stuck with all those rules that you hate. All those rules, they can close your account for any reason whatsoever. They don't have to have a reason to close your account. They can just ban you anytime they want. It's their platform, it's their rules. They can do whatever they want and make up any excuse they can. Because their terms of service is so vague, they can use it to close anyone's account for any reason. And it's intentionally made vague. That way they can have more freedom. That way they can close any accounts they wish, even if the person isn't violating their rules just because they don't like them. You understand? So why subject yourself to such, strict rules when you can just create your own website or your own blog site, post your videos there, since you're gonna pay ads anyways, right? Since they're trying to force you to pay ads anyways. Why pay ads through their platform, right? You give them money to pay ads, and then to promote your videos that are on their platform, videos that they'll remove within a week or within a month or within a year. You spend an entire year, year worth of ads on a video, right? And then once it becomes popular, once it starts getting traction, people start sharing and liking it. The platform end up realizing they don't like your video. It goes against their terms of service. And then they delete your video, and all those years, that entire year, those months of effort, all that money that you spent on that video is now wasted. Don't you think there's something wrong with that? If you created your own website and you spent all that money, right, building your website instead, you spent all that money on ads that are funnel traffic to your own website, you will never have all those strict rules that will close your website. It's harder for people to just come and close your website, especially when you're not breaking any U.S. laws. U.S. laws and TikTok laws are not the same. TikTok laws are so strict. It's even, sometimes they even go against U.S. laws because they're so strict. Sometimes these guys go against U.S. laws because of their own strictness. There's no freedom of speech. So you have to be careful with these social media platforms is that you have to really be careful, because if you want to spend money anyway, if they're gonna force you to spend money anyways to get viewers, why not just spend all that money to get viewers on your own website? The whole point of social media was that you go there and you become social. You hang out with friends, you hang out with a bunch of strangers you don't know. You guys may end up becoming friends. They may end up becoming your fans. A lot of things can happen, and you slowly grow and build your own community, your own sphere of influence, and you become an influencer naturally. But since their own mindset is that they're not going to help you promote your stuff unless you give them money, yet they're so strict, and they enforce so many rules on you. Why not just go get out of their website, since they act like they're doing you a favor? They act like they're doing you a favor by forcing you to pay ads on their website, and then they can still close your videos and your posts anytime they wish. Anytime they want, they can just they can literally just close your entire account. Years and years and years of video can just disappear within a day. And these are people that have been paying years, spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. There are many celebrities whose accounts have been banned. These guys have billions of followers, millions of followers, hundreds of millions of followers, hundreds of billions of views in each of their videos, in their videos or in total. Yet they're still getting banned overnight. They spend so much money on ads on these accounts, and they're still getting banned overnight. If they had spent all that money, on ads off TikTok, if they had just created their own business website, a blog website, and spent all that money on their own website, getting like Google ads or Facebook ads or a plethora of different ads, and funneling all those ads to their own website, the website will still be there today. You see, they will still, they won't have to fear their accounts being closed down. They won't have to fear, they're violating some sort of terms of service, this rules, that rules. TikTok could create a new rule today that'll make 90% of the content of their platform illegal. This is what we were dealing with. They can change the rules anytime they wish and start banning people for no reason. That's the power that these social media platforms have. The power to close your account anytime they want. So why spend money, all that money, right? If you're gonna pay for ads, why spend all that money growing your TikTok account, your Instagram account, your Facebook account, right? When it's gonna get closed in a few months anyways. When it could get closed anytime these social media platforms wish. Anytime they wish, they can close your account. But if you have your own website, that website could be there for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and it'll still be there. So, there won't be anyone coming to your doorstep telling you you're violating our terms of service, so we'll close your account. So this is something you should think about. If you're gonna start paying for ads on social media, I think it'll be better for you to actually go to a different, to create your own website or create your own blog site, because you're wasting your time. You're wasting all your money just so that, TikTok can to tell you any moment, or Facebook or Instagram could come and tell you any moment that you're violating this terms of service, and they're gonna close your account. Twitter can just come and tell you you're violating our terms of service, and you just close your account. It doesn't make sense to spend all that money growing a Twitter account or a Facebook account or an Instagram account or a TikTok account just for it to be closed down in a few years. All that time and effort wasted. All your fans, they'll be so disappointed. They won't even know how to get to you, because TikTok, when the whole account get closed, these guys are mostly on that social media page. They won't be able to leave that social media page because they expect you to be on that social media page. Some of them may never have even clicked on on the link that takes them to your own website through that social media page. So the only way for them to get contact with you is through that social media page that was just blocked, that was just deleted. So you just lost all your families overnight just because these social media platforms do not like your content. So you spent all those years, hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, or hundreds of dollars, only for all that money to just go down the drain. So if you want to waste, if you want to spend money on TikTok ads, if you want to spend money on social media ads, I recommend you just get your own website and spend money on that instead. Grow your business on solid soil. If you want to, if you want to be a social media influencer for a long time, you can still be a social media. You can still be an influencer, just not on social media. You can create your own website and upload videos there. There's so all these websites have the capability, allows you to upload videos to your own website. Private video content. These are contents that's not linked to YouTube or Facebook or anything. Many websites give you the ability to to upload videos that can play on your own separate server away from TikTok or Facebook and Instagram or YouTube. So if you want to be a video, content influencer and you want to pay ads, you want to spend money. If you want to spend money, it's best to just create your own website. And that way, no matter how long it takes, for you to build your fan base using your money, your account will never just be closed down randomly just because some random stranger decided he doesn't like your account, he doesn't like your content, he doesn't like the form of content, or he just doesn't like you. If these guys just don't like you, they'll just close your account anyways and just make up any reason that you're violating the terms of service, because the terms of service is always vague. It's vague enough for them to use it to close any video and any content that they wish to close. They can make up any rule they want and and close your account anytime they want. So this is something to think about. And I think that should be it for this podcast. It's getting pretty long now, so I'll talk to you guys later. It's pretty short. It's almost 20 minutes, but that should be it for this podcast. Enjoy your day. Thanks.